have, of course, in our own hemisphere, and by the way, there's a gender credit deficit in the United States as well as the Western Hemisphere, very much as well. I was just in Latin America and did a 3-country tour where we launched with OPEC and private sector partners a $1 billion fund to help women in our hemisphere access credit. So we're quite excited about that WGDP launch. But women do the vast majority of unpaid care for our children and our adult dependents. Here in the United States, women are the primary breadwinners in 40% of American homes. So that creates tremendous challenge in balancing those competing demands and creates really unique barriers that these shouldn't be women's problems, and they aren't, they're family problems, but they disproportionately are borne on the shoulders of women. So we've been taking a very methodical approach to addressing the challenges around access to high-quality, affordable childcare in this country, expanding block grants, the largest expansion in the program's history of money that's being block granted to the states to offset the cost of care, ensuring that women entrepreneurs domestically have access to capital through SBA and increasing loans to women entrepreneurs and minority entrepreneurs, which have many of the same challenges in terms of accessing credit, and thinking about policies that enable American families to thrive, just generally speaking. So this is not a problem that is relegated to one corner of the world. This is a problem that we're all dealing with in unique ways, and that is why, to really get at this, we need to have convenings like this, because the answers will percolate from a regional, from a local level. And then those can be built upon and amplified. So engaging with NGOs in each of the countries in which we're involved and having them really lead the way is going to be absolutely critical to success, as well as ensuring the excitement and commitment of the private sector. What Goldman Sachs did with 10,000 women is just phenomenal. And Dina Powell, who I think I may have seen sitting right there, was one of my early calls when I first when the president was first elected, to think, how can we do something like that on a larger scale and leveraging the resources of the government, and is just a tremendous champion for women around the globe. So hi, Dina.
I think we all can use our platforms more effectively on a local, micro basis and on a big picture basis. We saw one of the issues here in the United States with respect to capital allocation for women who are looking for venture capital, who are looking for access to capital. We created a program called Launch with GS just a year ago and allocated $500 million to it to get capital here in the United States to women in the venture business and people that were trying to get female-funded businesses started. It's just one example, but we all have great platforms. I'd really encourage people in the private sector to take advantage of their platforms, see what they can do, partner with the public sector, and try to make a difference.
So it was called, again, Launch with GS. That stood for?
I'm sorry?
What's the program called? Launch
with GS.
Yeah, I got it. Aptly named. Anna?
So I fully agree. This is not just an issue of developing countries. We actually in the US just launched through our regional bank here a program a year ago to help business entrepreneurs. We founded 50 businesses across actually Boston, New York, to start or grow the businesses. So it's clearly something that needs to be done much more of everywhere. I think it's very important to actually make public commitments, because then we're going to have to deliver. So I think every company should make public commitments, everyone, whatever they can do, taking advantage of their footprint, their platform. And I do think collaboration, not just public and private, but also among private entities. As I said, Goldman Sachs.
As we have done.
As we have done, yes. By the way, Dina, the 10,000 women, and I was running Santander UK, and we actually collaborated in this.
Yes.
In a very productive way, helping small companies become bigger, because that's where most of the jobs are created, by the way. Most jobs in most economies are created when small companies become medium, and it's not easy to scale. And the program we put in place there with Goldman and other partners allowed us to fund 500 million of medium-sized companies. So I think collaboration and making public commitments that we can then track, I think that is very, very important. And that would be very helpful.